Hello, trading has closed on November 25th, 2024. As always, we'll do our disclaimer, go over our calls, make some predictions. It's my trading plan for tomorrow, Tuesday, November 26th, 2024. Remember, I can be wrong. All trades should be made at your own risk. Look for the pattern today with the early low, which is this. Tomorrow has the early high. We had a great setup for a top here. We said if the call was correct, we should drop right from the open. And if we did drop right from the open, we had targets hundreds of handles lower. We said if the call failed, it should fail in big time. Well, we gapped up big time, so we did that. That's why we trade, we don't hold overnight. We gapped sharply in the undesired direction. That killed the call. I didn't have a plan if that happened. I should point out that Norm Winsky, if you look at the videos of his that I post, and I posted one today, his methodology called for a sell short right at the open today, so you can't come too much closer than that. And he has some other dates in the video of his I posted today too. So here's what we said. It's the most bullish period of the year in the time calendar. If the signals fail, they fail big time. And if the signal's wrong, it costs me money. If it's canceled, if they fail, it doesn't cost me any money. So I don't care. I don't care if I miss a winner, as long as I don't take a loser. So tomorrow's pattern is the one with the early high. We came nowhere near the 5904.73 target. I'll have to add it to the list. We've had about 11 months this year, almost 11 months completed. We get about 650 targets a year. So far this year, I have 5 targets which haven't printed out of close to 600. That's too many for the system, and I still think this number is going to be seen, and probably before too much time has passed. I just can't say when. During the day, MEJT said that blip up and that blip down were false moves. They wouldn't stick, and they didn't. Well, over the weekend, we gave a number of reasons for a possible top in this area. I don't think anything's changed. If you break out to a new high and keep rallying in grand style, you have to throw your hands up and say it didn't work. When you get a move like this and reject it, and you close little change, it doesn't really change anything. If you take a look, we still haven't broken through this trend line here. We still have a valid count for a top, and if it goes up nominally and you don't break that line, I don't think we have to change our longer term prediction. If you look at this, I think it's valid to call it a rising wedge, and that's pretty much right at the apex. Maybe you hold out a few more days. It doesn't really matter to me if you go right there. This is it. This is where rallies tend to stall. Now, if we just break through this in grand style, then I'm wrong. I mean, that's always possible. This isn't enough. A nominal new high, which gets rejected, doesn't break through this, I don't think changes the long-term picture we went over the weekend. But again, because this week is such a bullish week, maybe it'll hold out a little bit longer. Well, Tuesday's pattern has the early high regardless of where we open. Typically, it's a rally day with a high in the final hour. If you fail, it's a straight line drop. We had a new all-time high today, but reversed. Nothing prevents this from being what's called a Trader Vic 2B top. Means you make a nominal new high which quickly reverses under a significant level. A little blip up which doesn't stick and quickly reverses, and it hasn't reversed yet. If that happens, it doesn't change anything. We have 3 unrelated timing systems of other people calling for a top in this area. Norm had one, and the other 2 people I look at, totally unrelated systems, all came up with highs here, plus we have a possible high from Christopher Carolan this weekend with a 3-day window, but he says sometimes it goes out to 6 days, and if it does, this isn't his window too. I still think we're in an area of significant resistance based on the chart we showed in the rising wedge. Historically, this is one of the calendar's most bullish weeks. It's not the time during which I look for a high. That being said, the signs of an intermediate top are certainly present, and while a correction may be delayed, maybe even till next week, I don't think it's going to be delayed forever. I just have too many lower targets, and we're just not enthusiastic about patterns like this. These things eventually have to pay the piper. So tomorrow has the early high. Typically it's a rally day. Failure is a straight line drop. I'm flat overnight. Going to see what happens in the morning. And even if this isn't going to top out, even if this isn't the top, I think in terms of time and probably in terms of price, I think we're getting close if this wasn't in fact it. And that's today's call.